The final project in the course is called Creating Change. You've learned a lot of different things in this course. Hopefully, you've learned some things that may have inspired you to change maybe some of the habits you have, or to inspire others to make changes, such as those people that you live with, or family members or friends, etc. And so this last project is a way for you to have a creative outlet in trying to create change in the world. Now, maybe that's a little ambitious talking about the world, but at least my goal and your goal is to at least spark that interest to change within a group of people, and hopefully you're able to reach out to a lot of people. So let's talk about this project. I'm going to flip between the instructions, which I currently have open, as well as Blackboard. So here's our Blackboard folder for creating change. And the first thing I'm just going to go through are just the instructions. And then I'll come back to Blackboard to talk a little bit about where things are. So for this project, it's only worth 30 points. I say only just because some of our other projects were worth quite a bit more. This one is really meant for you to be creative and really not trying to make a hard project for the end of the semester. So the first thing, like you've seen in other places, is the deadlines for different parts of the project. I give you about a month to work on the project with small little deadlines in between. The very first thing, and it's probably why you're watching this video, is you will read through the instructions, watch this video, and then complete the quick quiz. And the quick quiz, similar to other projects, will prevent you from moving on in this project until you have scored a 5 out of 5 on it. Now this one's a little bit different because you will get to choose what project you do, and you're going to have to hand write those answers into the quick quiz, meaning that you're not going to get your feedback immediately. You're going to have to wait for me to go through it by hand, but hopefully that'll be pretty quick, and then you'll be able to resubmit future attempts. There is extra credit. I'm actually going to come back to this. Let's first talk about the essence of the project. So for this project, you actually have 3 different options to do for this project. And I tried to give you options just because the goal is to inspire change. Well, everyone might want to do that differently. So of your 3 choices, the first one is creating a video that is a public service announcement. And your PSA, public service announcement for short, is about an environmental issue of your choice. Now, I say of your choice. In that quick quiz, you're going to let me know what your choice is. And you're going to give me a couple choices, because my goal is that, let's say hypothetically, everyone in the class wants to do a PSA, and then everyone wants to do it on recycling. I don't know about y'all, I do not want to watch 24 videos about recycling. So it is of your choice, but you just need to let me know what your choices are, and then I'm going to kind of select, okay, you said this, this, and this. I'm going to choose your second thing because someone else is already doing that first thing. For all of the projects, there is an outline that's going to be due a couple weeks before the final product. Your outline, in the case for the PSA, is just writing an outline of your scenes, as well as a piece of data. A lot of this you can read the specifics about. I just want to highlight the key points. The final product, or the video in this case, is worth 25 points. You get points based on the quality of your film. You need to post it to social media. I mean, this is about creating change. Sure, we're going to watch it in the class, but we want to inspire other people. You need to share a piece of data. You need to introduce a problem that the PSA is trying to address, as well as a solution people can take. And then finally, and probably what's really important, is that if you want to do a video, you do not need to be in it. You totally can be, but your friends can be in it, your family can be in it, no one can be in it. You do not have to be in it. So I just really want to emphasize that. For this video, you are allowed to work in a group with either 1 or 2 other students, so groups no larger than 3, but you can also work by yourself. That's totally fine. You'll submit your video, you'll upload it into YouTube, and then you'll just share the YouTube link with me, and then I'll put it all together. And when we do presentation day, you have to do absolutely nothing. I am just going to show all the videos back to back, everyone's going to watch them, everyone's going to leave peer review scores. So this is your first project that you can do, is creating a PSA video. The second thing you can do is create a commercial, so another video, on an environmental product. So a product that is making some sort of positive difference on the environment. I do ban reusable water bottles and reusable shopping bags only because these are such common items. I want you to kind of expand a little bit outside of that. And this is kind of similar to the PSA. You're going to have a project outline due that outlines your video. You need to have a good video, post it to social media, include a piece of data, introduce a problem. So why or how is that reusable shopping bag helping out? What's so bad about regular shopping bags? And then also, the advertisement for your product. So what is it? Where do you buy it? How much is it? What's your review of the product? Was it good, or did you try it out and you're like, this ain't great? Similar to the PSA, video does not have to include you. It's totally fine. Also similar to the PSA, you can work with up to 2 other people, or you can work by yourself. You'll submit it into YouTube and share the link with me. And again, on presentation day, you need to do absolutely nothing. I am going to collect all the YouTube video links and I will play all the videos back to back. So those are your first 2 projects. They're both videos, but have quite a different scope. The last thing you can do is quite a bit different. It's a waste-free product flyer. So what the goal is you're going to create a flyer that advertises a product that leads to a waste-free life. For example, reusable shopping bags. If you're using regular shopping bags, you have to throw those away. Maybe you're doing film recycling, or maybe whatever it is you're recycling, but that's still waste. So the point of the waste-free flyer is to advertise an item that eliminates waste, such as a reusable shopping bag. You use that over and over and over again. Now, you can't use reusable shopping bags or water bottles because, again, those are obvious things. Those are things that a lot of people are already doing. If you're really stuck, I encourage you just to look into your own trash can and your recycle bin and see what could you have done differently to prevent the creation of that waste. And I encourage you to Google this and look this up. There might be some cool things out there that you had no idea even existed. You also need to do a project outline. For this, you need to tell me a little bit about your product. And for this project, you have to buy the product, or it has to be a product you already own. And because what you're going to end up doing is on presentation day, you're going to be bringing that product in. So this is something that you need to own or something you need to purchase. For the outline, you do need to submit evidence that you either own the product, so you take a picture with it, or that you've ordered a product, so send a screenshot of what you've ordered. And it needs to be something you use. Don't be like, oh, I'm just going to buy it so I can bring it to class. The whole point of this project is that you're trying something new, or you're showing off something you've already been doing, and then letting others know, the class know, hey, I used this reusable water bottle and it has changed my life. Or I use this bottle and it's really no different from anything else. I don't think I'm going to use it. So the point is that you purchase or use a product you already have, and then you can actually give us an honest, real review of that product. So your way of creating change is by maybe exposing the class to things they've never heard of before. So your final product is a little bit different because it's not a video. You're going to be creating a flyer, so a 1-page ad for that product. You want to use color and graphics, and you want to make this look really good. The flyer does need to include a picture of the product. It does need to be your picture. I don't want you just pulling things off of Amazon. Your picture, where to get the product, how much did it cost, your description, your review of it. And with your review, include out of 5 stars. You give it a 1 out of 5? Is it a 5 out of 5? So give your honest review. If you hated the product, that's fine. Let us know that. You also need to share a piece of data. You do need to bring that product to class. And presentation day is a little bit different. So what we're going to do, or really what I'm going to do before you get to class, is I'm going to push the tables up against the wall. I am going to be printing your flyers out as you guys submit them, and then I'm going to tape them to the wall around the room. And then when you guys come in, you're going to bring your product and place it where your flyer is. And then later in the class, after we watch the videos, those of you who are presenting a flyer, is going to go over to your table, and then everyone else in the class is going to kind of walk around and you're going to give them a sales pitch. Why should they buy this item, or why didn't you like it so much? Essentially, you're trying to sell them your item. You don't actually need to sell an item. I mean, you can, but the goal is that you're trying to advertise this really cool product or really lame product that you've been trying out for the past couple weeks. For your project file, you are just submitting your flyer. There's nothing else you need to submit. And again, on presentation day, you do not need to print your flyer. I'm going to do that for you. You just need to bring the product in and then just be prepared to talk about the product, which hopefully should be pretty easy because you've been using it for a while. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, because I kind of skipped over it, is extra credit. So for up to 5 points of extra credit, you can do a second project in a different category. So if you did the PSA, you can make a second video that is a commercial. If you did the waste-free flyer, maybe you did it on reusable shopping bags, well, you can make a commercial also on those reusable shopping bags. So you can do a different category as a second project. There's more information here, but just giving you that heads up. Now, last thing I'm going to do is just show you through Blackboard real quick. So again, we're in the Creating Change folder. We've seen through the instructions, tips and ideas. So I'll actually open this just to show you what this looks like real quick. Highly, highly recommend that you look through this, especially if you've never done anything like this before, particularly in making videos. Waste-free flyer tips. So here's a website that has some inspiration for you. Keep in mind what waste-free means. I get a lot of students who are like, oh, this is a wooden toothbrush. This is waste-free. But it's not. You still throw it away. So this is just some tips on like, what does waste-free mean? Also tips on making the flyer. And then for those of you making a video, just giving you tips on how to record, how to edit, programs you can use, where you can get music from, things like that. So I encourage you to skim through this. And then also in this first item, I give you some examples from students in past semesters. These are students that did really well on the project, and it might be inspiration, or at least to give you an idea of what it is you're going to be doing. So I do have examples for the PSA, the commercial, as well as the flyer. You guys will be working on the quick quiz next. Now, the other things on here you cannot see yet. You can only see them once you get a 5 out of 5 on the quick quiz. Again, one of the questions, or actually two of the questions on the quick quiz, is asking for what project you're going to do and what is going to be your item that you're using or your environmental issue you'll be talking about. So think about this, because you won't earn the full points until you give me an answer. Until you give me an answer, you're not going to be able to do the rest of this project. Here's the project outline. Again, for every one of those 3 projects, they all have an outline. Just what you need to include in that outline might be a little bit different. So everyone has the same deadline. Everyone has a 5-point outline due, but depending on your project, look back at those instructions to see what exactly needs to be in your outline. Same with the final project. What that looks like is going to be very different between the projects, but everyone's submitting it here. And if you're doing a second project for extra credit, you can submit it here. So again, just make sure you're reading through this stuff carefully. If you have any questions, definitely let me know, but most everything should be answered either in our Blackboard page or in the assignment. If you have any questions, just send me an email.